been the honor of my life to serve as a city councilor at large here in New Bedford these last now 10 years. I can't believe that this time has already flown by. I'm running for re-election because I believe in New Bedford. I believe in what it is. I believe in where we're going. I've served in leadership on the New Bedford City Council in the past, having served as a city council president, a first vice president, a second vice president, chaired a bunch of committees. But what I love about New Bedford is that we are a resilient community. Being the city council president in 2022, working with the mayor, working with our colleagues to be able to pass the historic American Rescue Act package, over $64 million reinfused back into this community, overseeing the rebuild of the small business community, putting some of those monies into infrastructure projects, putting some of those monies into critical works projects that are so needed here in this community. That's why I'm running for city council at large re-election. As far as budgetary concerns are, there are many of them. Departments that always have been off limits for me are our 3 public safety offices: police, fire, emergency medical, as well as our school department. We need to make sure that our school department is always meeting, or even in some cases exceeding, net school spending, because our children are definitely the anchor of this community, and our children are our future workforce and residents. We need to make sure that they're always properly funded. As far as cuts, that's always a tough question because different economies come and go, different inflation rates come and go. That's an important question, but it's a very tough question to answer at this time. But I will tell you, every time the budget comes before me, whenever there's pork, I'm always trying to cut it. I'm always trying to be one of the voices to say, hey, look, can we scale this back? Because I'm a taxpayer too, like everybody else here in this city. I don't want to pay a higher property tax bill than anyone else does. It's very important and prudent that our next city councilor at large keeps a stern view of the budget. It's important because we have 2 co-equal branches of government in many ways. You have a legislative branch and you have an executive branch here in the city. The mayor and I don't always agree. We've disagreed on some labor relation issues. We've disagreed on some economic development issues. But the important thing is that you continue to speak with our mayor and you continue the positive dialogue. When I was city council president and many years in serving in city council leadership, he and I have worked well together. My phone can call him, his phone can call me, and that's important to keep that dialogue going. Even when we don't agree, let's try to find some middle ground to trudge forth a path, because the residents of New Bedford deserve ongoing dialogue. They don't deserve stalemating. They don't deserve any type of obstruction on the council floor, or vice versa. There's been times where the mayor has definitely been difficult to work with. The residents of the city of New Bedford deserve better, and that's my goal going forward, to continuing to build on the already positive relationship that the mayor and I have. Safer communities need to continue to work with our police department to make sure they're not only level funded, but if they need enhancements for whether it's neighborhood watch initiatives, public safety initiatives, that we give our new chief the tools he needs to be successful. That's important. Number 2, slashing bureaucracy, especially when it comes to areas of economic development or development in the city in general. We need to make sure that we're streamlining things like the permitting processes, so that developers and investors in the city of New Bedford feel as though that we actually care, that they want to invest in New Bedford. And lastly is infrastructure. We talk about things like the $1 trillion infrastructure package that Congress passed a few years ago with the president's signature, the former administration. We need to make sure that we're working with the governor, working with the mayor, our DPI commissioner, to ensure, and that as well as our state delegation, to make sure that we are tightening up our sidewalks, bridges, sidewalks, and just our overall infrastructure here in New Bedford, because we all walk our streets, we all drive on our roads.